Hey everybody, Joe here.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And this is
Candid at the Movies.
This time we'll be talking about season 1 of Andor, which, Dee, first of all, let me just tell you who's in it first, okay? We have Diego Luna, Stellan Skarsgård, and Denise Gough. Now, Dee, tell them what you think.
So I went into this with an open mind, understanding that it's not going to be about the big three. It's not going to be on the planet that we're used to. So I settled in understanding that they knew what they were doing in releasing the first 3 episodes at once, because it is a snooze fest to begin with. But in the terms of building story and storytelling, I enjoyed that aspect. So I actually had a good time watching Andor. Yes, the pacing is slow. Yes, there is not a lot of action, but the way that I took it was this is an immigrant doing whatever they need to survive, because their planet has been obliterated. And I liked I was intrigued by that idea, and so I hung on to learn more of the character, because we see him again in Rogue One, which was my favorite movie out of the entire Star Wars franchise. And so being able to see the backstory of how he got to where he was in Star Wars is what kept me interested. The pacing is very slow in Andor, very, very slow, but I enjoyed it.
We have a very, very strong difference in opinion here. Well, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars story, not Star Wars movie.
You knew what it meant.
Yeah, I did. But I got, for the hardcore Star Wars fans, there's a difference between the stories and the episodes.
Yes.
It was my favorite story of all the stories.
Yes.
Okay. But I feel like Andor was unnecessary, to the point where I feel like Solo was unnecessary.
Fair point. Solo was unnecessary.
But the big difference between Solo and Andor is I couldn't care less about Cassian Andor. Didn't like him like that in Rogue One. He didn't stick with me. I wanted more Stardust. I didn't really care about Cassian Andor. And we ended up getting more of Andor, and I didn't care. So it already started off with I don't even care. Normally, when I'm doing these Star Wars stories, I'm super excited, and I'm, walking around with like pops that I have or Baby Yodas or whatever. Not for this one, because I just wasn't, it didn't grab me. It didn't, I used this on one of the last metaphors. It was just the pacing, like you said, was slow. It was like watching the people movers at the airport. It was just, or watching paint dry. I mean, I wanted to go outside more to watch this film or watch this series, this season. And I think that there were 3 climactic events in the entire film, and all of them lasted for less than 10 minutes. 15.
The No Way Out episode.
Oh yeah, the No Way Out episode. That's the one episode.
I think that's episode 10. That's episode 10. That's a really, really, really good episode. Really good episode.
1 out of 12 is no bueno, okay? I'm sorry.
Well, I liked it from the aspect of it. We're seeing the very beginning. They don't even call it the Resistance.
I know.
But that's what this is the beginning of the Resistance. So
I would have liked to seen more resisting.
You gotta survive first.
I will not be going back to go see this one. I
will.
Couldn't care less about the lore. I do not highly recommend, and that's coming from a Star Wars fan that almost loves almost everything Star Wars aside from Solo and this. So, babe,
I'd give it a C.
You would give it a C? You said it was so much better than that, though. I'm confused.
It's the pacing that makes it come down, because I started rewatching again. It's tough. The pacing is really tough, but I'm invested in the story because I want to see the character development to what I saw for Rogue One.
And I will give this, because I was expecting way worse from you. but I would give this a gentleman's D. Because of Star Wars, and I don't want to fail anything Star Wars, because I love y'all over there, but this one just didn't do it for me. It didn't hit. I was waiting so long, and I'm still waiting for excitement, and it's just not there.
And I'm excited for season 2 whenever it wants to drop. So.
And I will watch it painstakingly for you. Don't act like this is an easy job. Sometimes it's not. And this one was one of the hardest ones that I've had to stick around and watch for you. I couldn't just, I do this for you. I couldn't just like turn the channel. I had to continue. I do this for you. Anyway, so if you've had any idea or thoughts behind Andor, disagree with me if you want down in the comments below. I would love to debate you. You can find her at IMD Stafford on Instagram. And please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell. We've been Candid at the Movies. And y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye.